Important for us to do regular bookwork, bookkeeping, keeping on top of what we've got stock-wise, make sure that no one's stolen anything from the shop if they have, or something's gone missing. So bookkeeping every week is important. We know what our turnovers are, what our profits are, where we're losing out, and then if there is a problem, then it gives us opportunity to change that.
So application of numeracy is something I use on a fairly regular basis, particularly when reporting back to our funders on how we're using our grant. So we have a budget profile for the use of this grant over the year, and we then have to report back on what we've actually used versus what we've projected that we would use. We also have to report back a number of stats around learner participation in the programme, so percentages of schools that are engaged versus not engaged with the programme, and also learner progress within individual schools. So all of this is all around data. The other thing as well is that part of our programme we go through an evaluation process, which is all looks at stats and things around how well our programme is doing. So that involves a fair amount of numeracy as well.
Application of numeracy is really important as one of the CBI 7. And the reason for this is in my work particularly, you have to look at some of the data that we get through. So we look at the data around young people for Greater Manchester, and what I mean by that is we know which young people are employed, we know which young people are going on to college, which ones are not doing anything to do with education or training. And we look at trends and we look at patterns, and then we can respond by looking at that information. And if there's any funding, for example, and we know that there are certain groups of young people that might need extra support, some extra challenge, we're able to put that funding into that area and help them progress onto college or into an apprenticeship.
Numeracy, I think, is essential in any role, even if you're not actually dealing with a lot of numbers or mathematics directly. I think in any job that you have now, and certainly in the business that we run, we need people to keep track of a lot of different numbers, whether it's targets for books that are being published, or whether it is for example, time that it takes for something to happen. We measure a lot of different things in the business, and that helps us to improve the efficiency of what we're doing. And we're always looking for people to do that, because obviously the more we can improve the efficiency of our publishing, then the more profit we make and the faster we can grow the business. So everybody has to have a basic understanding of numeracy for that reason.